Hi y'all, thank you for coming to my channel. Well, today I was late to work because I didn't set my alarm. Oh God, I hate doing that. So I got a lot of sleep today, feel much better. This last week was really tiring. And I also had to chase my dog this morning in my pajamas, my little Chihuahua Moose Cocky. That's his name, I guess. He thinks he's so big. He just is so cute. You can see him on my TikTok. I just made a new TikTok, or not a new one, the only TikTok I have. I made a TikTok channel or whatever you want to call it. And I'll be uploading not very often to that, just occasionally. I just tried it out with that one video of Moose. I was learning to do my editing, and I put that little video together with him. And the very end, there is an actual dog, a huge dog that he's barking at. I think some people were confused about what was going on. But you have to watch the whole thing to see it. But and I did not make my podcast again last night. I fell asleep again. I don't know. I was just so worn out this past week. I have a lot of respect for these creators that can make all these videos and do a lot of editing, who do, I do like a quick editing. I just do it very quickly, not fancy. I just kind of have been learning to splice some scenes together to make a whole video. But the ones who really put a real effort into it, I respect that. It takes time and it takes energy, and they're really well made videos. I hope to aspire to those, but for right now, I'm just doing my little bit that I've learned bit by bit. When I learn something, I use it. Well, I will be making that podcast tonight. I've got it all written out. I had it all ready, and I was just so exhausted. I was sitting on the couch. I had just got my dog settled and everything, and then I was kind of looking around on my phone, and then, I don't know, I fell asleep. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning on the couch with my phone in my hand, and took the dogs out, and then I actually went back to sleep pretty quickly, but I meant to check my phone to make sure my alarm was on. I remember thinking that when I was letting my dogs out, but I just forgot, and I went back to sleep, and I woke up, and there was sunlight shining in my eyes. I was like, oh, crap, But luckily, I have a really nice, really good boss, so, but I just don't like to do that. I hardly ever do that, and I've done it more as I've gotten older. When I was younger, I really didn't do that very much, and I used to work like 80 hours a week. I used to work 2 jobs. I've done that most of my life, and just in the past few years have I kind of slowed down on that. But it's exhausting. But I got a lot of sleep, so I feel a lot better. So I will make that podcast tonight, and try not to stretch myself too thin, but I've been making the videos. Now I got the TikTok. I have my one podcast. I'm still in the thinking mode of my other podcast, because I just want to make sure that I can do it, with some kind of quality. I don't want to just throw up something unprepared, and because I thought a long time about making a podcast, and the one reason I picked dogs is because that's the only thing I really know a lot about, and or I have experience with, or whatever, that I have a lot of material to work with. If I do another podcast, I don't know. I'm just still thinking about it, still trying to put that into the works. So I'll see how it goes. I wish I could do it all full time. That would be wonderful. That's my goal eventually. But I've been doing this YouTube channel for making vlogs for about a year, I guess, almost a year. I can't remember. I think I started maybe in March. So it's almost a year. But I had actually put videos on the channel, I think in 2015, but they were just short little videos from my phone. I just dumped them on there. I didn't pay attention to them for a long time. But then I really wanted to, last year I really got serious about making a YouTube channel. So it's almost a year. Let's see. Oh, the stimulus checks. When in the hell are we going to get them? I don't know. They're still in the process of fixing to do it or something. I don't know. Fixing to take the vote or do whatever. You know, they're... seems like they're piddling around, you know. And apparently they're not getting enough Republican support. I mean, we have millions of people out of work. Millions of people that are homeless. You know, the economy is not getting any better. People are still getting sick. Supposedly there was like a plateau of the virus, but now there's new strains that are coming in, so that may make the numbers go up again. It may put a upward slope on that plateau. So it's, I don't know, the next few months are going to be kind of treacherous, I guess, as far as seeing if these new strains may be a little resistant to the virus. I mean, to the vaccine. And not enough people have been vaccinated. So there's still that to worry or think about. I hate to use the word worry. I don't want to put fear in people's minds. I'm just when I'm talking about the virus, I'm just updating. I'm not trying to put any kind of sensationalism into it. It's just, you know, I try not to talk about it too much. You know, I try to keep a little bit of update on it, and that's all. And I'm more concerned about the stimulus checks right now, because we all know, you know, I know people who've passed away from the virus, and I've had family members who've had it, and we all know it's there, you know. And try not to put too much of a downcast train of thought. I don't want that to be a constant on my channel, you know. It's there, you know, we're dealing with it, and everybody's dealing with it, so we all know that's there. But the stimulus checks, you know, would be a great help. And it's been slow going. The Biden administration said that they will not compromise on the $1,400 because he made a promise of $2,000, which will be the $1,400 plus the $600, or possibly a $2,000 check, which I really don't think so. I think it's just going to be the $1,400 check. And there was a Republican offer of a $1,000 check, and that was rejected. And I believe now there's some kind of I don't know, Republican backlash that Joe Biden offered a $2,000 check, and they're saying he's not giving a $2,000 check, so you're not sticking to your word. But he's evening it out with the $600 plus the $1,400, which equals $2,000. So I don't know what to think. And actually, they were talking about lowering the limits, the income limits, to make sure that, you know, not too many people who really didn't, I don't want to say this, not really didn't need it, because to me, when I see it, even if it's 2 doctors or a nurse and, you know, a couple that makes $150,000 a year, they've been working on the front lines, and I think they deserve that check. I think there's, you know, a reasonable idea that, yeah, we don't want to be passing out, you know, people with $200,000, $300,000 a measly $1,400 check, you know, and they already got a $600 check. But I do think that people who work on the front lines, doctors, nurses, there's so many people that work on the front lines, and I hate that they would be excluded because there's not been any kind of real financial payout for these people, putting themselves so far out there, risking their lives, to do things that the public needs done, and doing it every day until they're just to the point of exhaustion, to the point where some of them have, died from it themselves, putting themselves in that position to make themselves sick, sacrificing themselves. So I kind of have a hard issue taking something away from them, or not giving them a check. So that, I just don't think that they should be excluded. Even if they do make, a doctor makes $150,000. They're single. I think they deserve the check, and there's nurses, two nurses maybe that are married, a male and female nurse, female, male, whatever. I wouldn't want to exclude them. I think they should get it, So that's something else to think about too. If you're going to put an income cap on it, a lot of the frontline workers would be excluded from that. Say you're a nurse that works on a helicopter, a highly paid specialized nurse, and they want to put a cap on it, $75,000 for a single person. Some of those like helicopter air, I don't know what they're called really. I don't know the proper name for it. But the nurses that work, air flights, emergency helicopter flights or whatever. That wouldn't be fair to, exclude them. Why? Yeah, they make a lot of money, but they're also frontline workers, and they have not been given any kind of bonus or something, to help them along for the appreciation and the fact that, they deserve it. So that's something else to think about, in the process of passing out all these checks. Because excluding some people income-based, then you're going to be excluding a lot of frontline workers. And that's not fair, and that's not right at all. Okay, just something to think about. Thank you all, and have a good night. And I will make that podcast tonight.